What up, tubers? Welcome back to another draft here in the deep, dark caverns of Arena. Thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to check out cardkingdom.com/Numot for all your Magic card needs. We've got some change of pace here. It's going to be basically the same format, but this is Alchemy Lost Caverns of Ixalan. So just like any of these other Arena Alchemy events, it's going to be the base format with one new card in every pack. So during the draft, you might not see that many of them, but generally the alchemy cards are going to be much better than their counterparts. This is Pirate's Landing. 1 mana, draw a card. If mana from a treasure was spent to cast this spell, seek a pirate card instead. Okay, that's not bad. Is it the best card in the pack? I don't know, maybe not. There's a Tali's Favor here, there's a Tithing Blade, a Snail. I do like pirates, though, and this one does have a lot of upside if you do use treasure, but I think I'm just going to first pick this Atali's Favor. Funny, I said that majority of the time the alchemy cards are better, but maybe they've nerfed these alchemy cards. What is this? Herald's Reveal. Draw a card. If a permanent you control explored this turn, seek a merfolk card instead. Okay, so seeing some themes here of the search for a creature card. Pirates, merfolk. Don't think that's going to be what we take either. I guess we just take the Zayowa second pick. I like Jade Seed Stones a lot. Wow, okay, so maybe they've toned down the alchemy cards quite a bit. Yeah. They might not be nearly as good as they used to be. Oh, what is this one? Another alchemy card. Tanjolum, the World Walker. If it's being passed to us, it's probably not that good. The beginning of combat on your turn, choose up to one target artifact or land you control that isn't a creature or token. Until end of turn, it becomes a 3/3 spirit creature with vigilance and double team in addition to its other types. That is a strong ability. But it's 3 color, and it's a 3/3 that only makes 3/3s. The double team's kind of nice. You get to potentially draw an extra one of those cards that you turn into a creature, but no, this seems like low upside for pretty hard cost. But then again, what else is in this pack? I mean, I've taken a red and a black card to start, but I don't know if we want to take those. I'm actually going to take the Sinuous Benthesaur, as I think that's the card I'm most likely to splash here. Okay, well, 3 for 3 on passing the alchemy cards, and we are getting a 4th pick, Deep Cavern Bat. That's going to be an easy pickup here for me. Cave Crawler's pretty nice. Mural, Frog. Nah, with what we already have, there's no choice. That's a bat for sure. 5th pick, Colossodactyl now is a little bit interesting. Yeah, that's a signal. It's clearly the best card in the pack. I'm not going to take any of these red or black cards over the 4 mana 4/5 Trample Reach. We are a little bit all over the place, but that's okay. Deadweight's another really nice one, and in fact, Plundering Pirate's a really nice one here too. Actually, we could go a bunch of different directions in this pack. We could take the Leech, we could take the Monument, the Deadweight, the Pirate. I don't know why. I think Plundering Pirate is just like one of the best red commons, but I will take Deadweight over it. Phytic, Frog, Explorer's Cache again. Given that we got the pretty late Colossodactyl, I think taking the Frog now makes sense. What is happening here? 8th pick Waterwind Scout. There's a Synapse Necromage. There's a Lore Keeper. Actually, you know what? I shouldn't say what is happening here. I know what's happening here. Whenever a new format comes out, even if it's just the alchemy version of a regular draft format, people don't know what they're doing. And a bunch of different players are going to come together and try to draft it, right? So it's not like we're necessarily drafting versus the cream of the crop. This could be, you know, your average Joe that drafts once a month and just wants to try it out. Snail's fantastic here. So signals are going to be all over the place is my expectation. Let's just take the Ray of Ruin for removal over the Brine Fang. We want Freebooter here. I think we'd sooner run Twists and Turns. Or actually, maybe I should just start taking the Caves. I think we'd probably have a pretty good cave start as well. Like, in a pod like this, and this is not a slight on the other players, right? If you are newer to something or haven't done something nearly to the extent I have, you just won't be as well experienced, right? he won't understand the signals. He won't know what's better. So, as I was saying, in a pod like this, we can probably just do whatever we want to, and we're going to end up with a good deck. Because we're going to be seeing so many playables in a bunch of different colors. Like, signalage is not going to be that much of a thing here. Yeah, I mean... we could just go with the route of the caves for sure. All right, let's move into our pack 2. Brazen Boarding, 4 mana, sorcery, deals 4 damage to target creature or player. If excess damage is dealt this way, conjure a card with mana value equal to that excess damage from Brazen Boarding spellbook onto the battlefield. If that excess damage is 4 or greater, instead conjure a card named Admiral Beckett Brass onto the battlefield. Okay, this is a really sick pirate card. And enters the battlefield, create a treasure, other pirate lord? That's really cool. If that excess damage is 4 or greater, so you need ways to buff your sorcery, or your burn spells. Not too many ways to do that. Is that splashable? Probably. Not losing too much. Alright, I mean, yeah, that's the best alchemy card we've seen yet. Plunderer's Prize. Alright, apparently there's just like a ton of pirate-themed cards. Seek a non-land artifact card with mana value X or less and put it on the battlefield. If a card with mana value less than X is put on the battlefield this way, this spell perpetually gains. This spell costs 1 more to cast. Then whoa, that's cool. If you have a bunch of artifacts in your deck, you can just continuously cast this. As long as you're paying more than the artifacts in your deck. Like, if you have, like, 10 artifacts in your deck, this is a really sweet card. I mean, we're just going to be taking Join the Dead here, I think, but... No, we would have had a really cool pirate-themey deck. Oh, there's the Millennium Calendar. Take another Join the Dead here. We're pretty locked into black at this point. Chupacabra. Look at the pirates, though. As I'm saying, you know, I can probably draft anything and end up with a good deck at this rate, but... Okay, this is kind of an interesting pick. Do we want to take the Akawali here? Because we could be green-black for sure. Or do I want to just take Tithing Blade? Could also take the Malicious Eclipse, Axejaw. Like, where are we going? Right now my green is a Colossodactyl and a Poison Dart Frog. My red is Zayoa and a Natali's Favor. I could still be... In fact, we could be playing black-white here still. I'm just going to take the safe black card instead of branching out. That'll keep us the most open. Merfolk Tunnel Guide. ETB, you get a 3-time boon with whenever 1 or more merfolk enter the battlefield under your control, target merfolk you control explores. You need a lot of merfolk for that one. Guess we're just taking the Chompy Chomp here. Another 2. 7th pick Chupacabra. So we need to find ways to self-mill now. What is this? Phantasmal Extraction. If you weren't the starting player, this spell costs 1 less. Target opponent reveals each non-land card in their hand with mana value 4 or less. Choose a card revealed this way or a card in their graveyard. Exile that card. Interesting. Yeah, it's not bad. I'll take it over to the random Echo of Dusk. Scallywag. I guess we're going to end up probably playing black, red, Descend to make our Chupacabra better. I guess blue-black Descend is also a thing. There was a hidden cave there as well, a blue one. I do like Grasping Shadows quite a bit. I'm losing on a hidden Necropolis to do so, though. It's probably fine. I mean, this does give us some okay Descend enabling, but not the card we want. There's an Echo of Dusk. Oh no, let's take the Wanderglyph here. That's a good enabler. With the double Chupacabra, I think that's a lot better. Yeah, this deck's sick. I might not even splash the red. Oh, sorry, the blue. Depending on. Okay, let's go to pack 3. Open a cool one, maybe? Propagator Primordium. 2 mana 3/3. Okay. ETB, conjure 2 cards named it into your graveyard. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a spore counter on this. Remove 3 spore counters. Return a fungus from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's just an incredible 2-drop. Even if you took away all the text, 2 mana 3/3 would still be good, right? But this one, if the game, or rather, if it sits on the battlefield for any amount of time, it's going to, well, for lack of a better word, propagate. I mean, we have a third Join the Dead here that we're going to end up taking, but yeah, that's a really good one. I'm not going to need this Ray of Ruin. We have so much removal already. High Marshal Arguel. 3/1 for 3. When it dies, conjure a card named Arguel's Bloodfast on the battlefield, and you may transform it. Interesting. If you control an enchantment named Arguel's Bloodfast and a land named Temple of Akhlazatz, instead create 2 4/3 white and black vampire demon creature tokens with flying. That's really cool. But I mean, you need both, so. What do we have here? Screaming Phantom, Itali's Favor. I think we're going to take another Favor here, so we pass a Zoetic Glyph. Let's take the Plundering Pirate this time. 2 mana, 3/2 trample seems good. I don't like that Ceratops all that much. Spiketail's great. We were looking for some of those land cyclers, of course. A couple of Caparocties we've passed along now. I'm happy just to take another Plundering Pirate, though. There's a Yoa. Our deck's great. I didn't really prioritize the Descend synergy value cards, but there's a Screaming Phantom or whatever that could wheel. That would give us a little more. We didn't see any Deathcap Marionettes, if I recall correctly. Third Itali's Favor. Yeah, let's do it. How many 2-drops do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 2-drops to curve into Itali's Favor is pretty good. So how many? I'm only running one alchemy card. It's not even that good. It's kind of funny. Okay, this might just be a lot more toned down than what we're used to for alchemy. I guess I could run 16 lands here pretty easy as well. Just go 8/8 ship it. There's that Phantom on the wheel, but I have enough playables. It might be better just to take the Hidden Necropolis. Oh, you know what I don't have? Another chance. That's what I wanted. I know I passed 1 or 2. In fact, if I see another chance come back late, I'm gonna cut the Triumphant Chomp because Deadweight's just better for us since it's a permanent, even though we do have a couple dinos. And we just have a bunch of other removal. 3 Join the Dead, 2 Chupacabra. My concern is that the Chupacabras are not going to be much more than like X's 2 or 3, but that's still really good, right? Okay, Offering. I guess we got another cave here too. Yeah, just another free roll land. This deck is sick. I guess with double land, I'm actually a double cave land. I'm more tempted to run 17 lands now because we want to be making our land drops. And these are effectively spells later on, right? So maybe now I cut the Chomp. Could also just cut the the only alchemy card I have, that Extraction. Kind of funny. Target opponent reveals each non-land card in their hand with mana value 4 or less. Choose a card revealed this way or a card in their graveyard. Exile that card. Oh, that seems worth it. And information's clutch. Alright, I'm just going to cut the Chomp. I think. Cool. Well, that wasn't much of an alchemy draft for us, but maybe we'll play against some cool alchemy cards that wreck my face. I'm sure, I mean, there have to be some alchemy cards that are just absolutely broken. That's just par for the course. We saw some good ones, but nothing crazy, so go to round 1 and find out. Oh, is this not ranked? Oh, I guess this alchemy draft is not ranked. Wait, am I playing best of 3? No, what happened here? I think with drawing another land, I'm gonna get the Wander Glyph online first. Yeah, usually Premier, or rather, usually Alchemy Draft is Premier. But this is unranked, it looks like. Okay. We have so much removal, I don't mind using Join the Dead there. We really want to start getting permanents in the graveyard. Pitching a land's nice. Oh yeah, we're in a good spot. Opponent's on a really slow one, it looks like. Sweet. Pitch another land. Well, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing that the Alchemy draft is unranked. I'm guessing at the end of the day it's probably a good thing, but... Main phase Brackish Blunder for the map. Presumably, anyway. Also, that way I don't get to attack and trigger again. Captain Storm on top, huh? Alright. Let's get our Grasping Shadow online. And this will be a Death Touch Trampler. I assume they're going to block, but we're still going to hit them for 2 and trigger our Zoyowa. Excuse me. And the nice thing about that trading is that now our Chupacabra is going to be for 3, so even if they play Captain Storm and 1 artifact, we'll be able to Chupacabra the Storm. It's fine. Okay, yeah, this is good. I mean, they're at 8 life. This is also going to put our Grasping Shadows to 2. Next turn we get to put it to 3. So in this case, I'm actually going to play out the land even though we have the Rummager in our hand. Because once we flip the Shadows, we can draw a card immediately. Okay. Doesn't matter if they make Storm a 4/4 here, because with the Shadows, the Chupacabra is going to attack with Death Touch anyways. Oh, well, that solves that. They're at... Okay, I was going to say they're at 6. While that would be a good trade for us, I think I would just use Join the Dead there and push the damage, right? Put them to 3. No, this says Premier Draft, but it's unranked. Okay, so maybe it's just a bug on their end. Yeah. Not a big deal. I mean, doesn't matter to me. As long as we maintain top 250 at the end of the month, which is still a long way away, but good beats. All right, let's go on to game 2. Another good hand. No removal here, but just solid creature curve out. Playing best of 1 unranked feels really bad. I'm gonna say that much. Turn 1 Spyglass Siren. I think our opponent just cheated. Let's get the Glyph online. It's probably our best play on turn 2. Enable all of our shenaniganery. Or am I at Tali's favors? It's the real question. Let's pitch a mountain here. And we'll be mana efficient. Pirate here instead of Zayoa. There it is. All right. Zoetic Glyph for the beatdowns. I'm going to pitch the Yearling, I think, and keep the second Zayoa. And the Scallywag will replace its treasure. Where are my removal spells? I have a lot. They discarded the mural, okay? Not unhappy to see that go. So if the glyph attacks, I'm just going to immediately block it with the Lava Tongue, Zayoa. Could they have a Cogwork? Of course, but that's why we kept the second one. They might also try to get defensive here, right? Yeah. Now they're slowing down. Presumably they're missing planes currently. Maybe they looted into one, of course, but when people start off with mono... Oh, they did have a Cogwork. They might have another one if they're discarding that. That's a little bit surprising to discard the Cogwork when I have Zayoa on the battlefield. No, they didn't. Okay. Let's see here. I'm gonna try to push this turn. So I think they're going to Zoetic Glyph on Wander Glyph, Gnome on Lava Tongue. They're gonna take 5. And I'm gonna play the Zayoa second main phase, which is why I didn't rummage, because we wanted both the land and the second one here. So even if I draw a land next turn, we can still just activate the Hidden Volcano for some Discover. They took 3? That is insane. They didn't want to discard any of the 3 cards in their hand. Okay, that's understandable. I'm telling you, they must have a second Cogwork in their hand. No, they don't. That is crazy. Okay. That Pirates is a really good draw for them. It's really hard for them to attack. I don't mind. I don't think I mind anyways. I don't win here. But that would put them to 1. I almost wonder if it's better to join the dead the crewmate and attack with everything. They would have to block the pirate. They would go to 1. Zayoa would trigger. Or is it just better to activate the Hidden Volcano? It's probably best to do this. Because they would need to find 2 points of damage to kill me. And while obviously possible, if they don't, it's going to be pretty problematic for them. I don't know. That was a tough call. So they're going to tap. They're going to attack with the glyph probably and put me down to 4. I would be surprised if they attack. Okay, no, they're going for it. Sure. So targeted removal wins. Yeah, actually, I don't mind them attacking with both. From their perspective, that is to say. Grasping Shadows. That does give Death Touch, but we don't have Trample on this. Okay. Let's rumble. Tithing Blade. You know what? They're actually going to sack the glyph here, I would think. Because if they hit a creature, they win, right? Oh, wait, no, they just win anyways. They sack the Siren. They sack the Siren and then equip the Pirate. Yep, they got us. I don't know. Maybe I was supposed to join the Dead the Glyph, but again, if they hit a creature, then they wouldn't have to make those blocks. Alright, GG's. Glyph still insane, it turns out. This is kind of funny. There have been very few alchemy cards actually played. This is basically just normal, what do you call it? Ixalan draft. I don't know if my play was right. That Join the Dead turn was so interesting. I could also have not attacked and just passed, or rather used my cave and saved the Join the Dead for a later turn, because they were only beating in the air, and I was still at a healthy life total at that point. Let's put it this way, that game was winnable, but the decision I made did not win us the game. Alright, let's go to the next game. The reason we play Alchemy, though, or at least the reason I play Alchemy, is to play against or play with some crazy busted cards, even if we lose to them. So it's going to be kind of a letdown if this is, in fact, not like normal Alchemy. I'm on the draw. We're going to keep this hand. We only need to find one land to open up Join the Dead, and if we find a red source, then the Pirate unlocks basically everything, right? On, yes, perfect. We are on the draw here versus red-white aggro, though. So let's hope they don't come out swinging too hard, which thankfully they did not. Could be that our Plundering Pirate gets killed here end of turn. Could just be that they're going to flash in a dog or like Kusil's Flanker or whatever it's called. And if they have nothing great, I will easily trade. Caparocti, that is going to have to Join the Dead. I'm surprised they actually attacked there. There was two ways about it. I had the Favor in my hand, so trading was not good in that regard, but I have Chupacabra as well, so... Alright, let's get Favor in. Sure. That works for me. Guardian Great Door. I like going with Grasping Shadows here, because if they trade, our Chupacabra gets to 3, and if they don't trade, well, we're gaining, well, we're always going to gain a bunch of life there, but I think that benefits us. Oh, here we go. Here's an alchemy card. Radiant Smite. Destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. If you weren't the starting player, you gain 4 life. It has cycling. When you cycle it, if you weren't the starting player, you gain 2 life. Hey, that's really cool. While this isn't great, it makes a lot of sense to deadweight here, because now the Chupacabra is going to be for 4, and we can kill the Guardian and keep Join the Dead for something later. Man, we got those Chupacabras so late. Kind of crazy. Quintorius! Oh, lordy. Shiza. Okay, well, let's take a peek, see at what we can discover into here. Giving Trample's so nice with the Death Touch of the Shadows. Oh, okay, Bat was good. We lost our other Chupacabra, though. They have a 1-mana spell. Oh, they have another Radiant Smite, or they had another Radiant Smite. Yeah, we have to take the Smite. So we still get to kill Quintorius unless they draw a removal spell. That doesn't matter. Yep, Trample Death Touch is going to get them here. Wow, that is actually an insane draw too, because we're going to be able to kill their Altasaur with that. So presumably they're going to trade with their... Oh, they might not realize how Trample Death Touch works there. Obviously that was nuts. Okay. I mean, they have a 6/5 in their hand, but we are sitting really well. We have our Shadow's Lair drawing extra cards. We have a cave to activate. We can flip our Tithing Blade. Kind of crushing right now. Start by drawing. And I think we want to apply the pressure and cave here instead of flipping the blade. Not bad. Awesome. No blocks. Chomp! Alright, they get to kill my bat. Oh! Yeah, oh no, they kill the bat because they get the Radiant back, which can kill the Dino. Right, sure. I like flipping the Tithing Blade here instead of playing out Glyph, since they're at such low life. Yep. Conveniently, though, they were not on the draw, so no life gain there for them. Really hard for them to attack. Because if they attack and don't have a way to stop the Zoyoya from hitting them for 2, then they just die in 2 turns to our flipped artifact, right? It's like a damned if you do, damned if you don't position, and that's insane. If they had removal, they would have cast it already. So this is Trample Death Touch. This, again, will put them to 1. Atali's the Atali's favors in our deck are so good. Alright, so last card in their hand is a land. So forced block, they go to 1. We have lethal 2 different ways here, one of which is pretty hard to interact with. Good. Okay. Quintorius canned. Not a problem. Nice hand. Anytime you have a turn 2 bat, you can't complain. Probably going to hold the snail until a little bit later, until they run out of majority of cards in their hand. Unless we have absolutely nothing else to do after Zoyowa. Another turn 1 Siren. Boo. Uh-oh. Okay, we need no more lands for a little while, please. They do not have red currently. But I'm still supposed to take the torch here in case they do draw red, I guess. They're gonna mill that. No attack makes sense because I have lifelink. Sure. We would have chained an Atali's favor into the other Atali's favor had I cast it last turn. Funny. I might just get beat down by these 2 flyers, even if they don't draw a red source, which is kind of unfortunate. I think they're still going to bin that, assuming they're looking for red. Yep. Alright, combat. Brackish, maybe? Sure. Glad I didn't go for the other favor. We'll trigger our Zoyowa here because they bounced and put my favor in the graveyard too. They sacrificed a land instead of discarding one of their red cards? That's insane. They might keep the blunder. Kind of funny. Dude, they are mad. Alright, I'm gonna pump my bat here to gain a little bit more lifelink. Perfect. That will probably do them in. Yeah. Sacrificing the land was insane. Like, even if they drew a mountain, they would only be able to deploy 1 red spell a turn for a little while, right? Crazy, crazy choice. Maybe it didn't matter, but... Alright, we'll take the win. Alright, another good-looking hand here on the play. This is basically just frickin' Caverns of Ixalan again. Pretty funny. Scout revealing Siren. I don't think we want to use... Oh, okay, well... I guess now we're gonna use Join the Dead on that? That's really weak, don't get me wrong, but... Drawing the second Join the Dead makes that an okay play, I think. Perfect target for us, and that's gonna give us a treasure off this Scallywag as well. Oh, was that a 1 toughness creature for my Chupacabra? Excellent. See, that's what we needed in our deck, that Marionette. I don't mind using the treasure here. I don't want to run out the favor quite yet. There's no need to. Like, given our position and what we have in hand, I think it's better just to keep clearing their creatures and putting pressure on. If they just keep going creatures and don't cast any removal spells, this will be a pretty easy game. Oh, that's good for us too. Nice. Not developing some... Well, I guess they still have potentially 3 mana after this, but still. Okay, here's a new card. Landlord Navigator. 2 mana, 2/1. Whenever it attacks, make a map. Beginning of your end step, if 2 or more artifacts enter the battlefield in your control this turn, you conjure a card named Thieving Magpie onto the battlefield. That card is incredible. That's real. It's a pirate, too. That thing is super good. Like, you play this on turn 2, you can easily trigger it on turn 3. Oh my god, they just had Terror Tide. Well, that's one way for them to get back in the game. As I was saying, though, if you trigger this on turn 3, it's going to be really hard to lose that game. I need them to not kill this Dinotomaton. No, don't touch it, please. Bounce isn't the worst. I'm glad I held that mountain in my hand to pitch. Good old Terror Tide. That was probably the one card we could lose to. Grasping Shadows, attack for 2, gain 2. It's gonna be best just to develop out another creature here, I think. Don't need a favor yet. Being real sad if we draw our other favor again next turn, though. That's rude. Okay. They're gonna get, what? Navigator and River Herald Scout, maybe? They're gonna go back up to 9 this turn. Their shadows will flip next turn. Oh, wait, they only grabbed 1 creature? Why? That's concerning. Ah, we did it! Favor chains. Why did they only return 1 creature? They already had enough cards in their graveyard. Maybe they must have just been like a misclick. Alright, they made 1 artifact this turn. That is the second artifact. Okay, that makes a second map. Sure. Mill. Legion Reconsecrator. 3 mana, 3/2. When it attacks, exile up to 1 creature from a graveyard. If you do, conjure a duplicate of it into your graveyard. The duplicate perpetually becomes a black skeleton with base power and toughness 3/1. When it dies, return another target creature with power or toughness 1 from your graveyard to the battlefield. Interesting. Alright, we need to kill this before they make the Magpie this turn, sadly. But the Legion Reconsecrator or whatever can get that back. Yeah, this is not the hit we needed. We're losing now for sure. So we can hit their graveyard here. Tough stuff. So the attack trigger is not super relevant in and of itself. It's when the Reconsecrator dies that it's relevant. Oh, wait, what am I doing? I could have blocked with my Dinotomaton. Whoops. I just took 3 damage for no reason. Kind of forgot that our Dinotomaton could actually do something here. Yeah, that's on me. Alright, spin the dice, or roll the dice. Spin the wheel. Not good enough. Put them to 2, and then we're dead. GG's. If I had 3 more life, we would have been able to live 1 more turn. But don't know how. I don't know if we were supposed to win that one anyways. They just had too much value there at the end. I'm sure there was something else I could have done. Maybe on the turn that I played the no, I'm pretty sure playing out the pirate was right over Atali's favoring. Oh well, on to the next. Okay, on to game. What are we? 3 and 2, 6 here. 2 drop, 3 drop, 4 drop on the play. Good enough for me. Okay, no more mountains, please. Sick and tired of these damn mountains. Death Touch. Ooh. Could be a mirror match of sorts. Oh. Mycoid Resurrection. 6 mana. Each creature in your graveyard perpetually gets +X/+X, where X is the number of permanents in your graveyard. Then return a creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind. We drew another mountain, though, so I'm guessing we lose. Oh my god, help! Are you kidding? That's incredible. 3 mountains in a row. Like, I actually don't think I can win anymore. Mycelid Ballad. 4 mana, starting intensity 2. Each player sacrifices X creature and you gain X life where X is the spell's intensity. All chorus cards you own intensify by 1. Well, we've drawn 4 lands in a row, and our opponent has shown us some pretty cool alchemy cards. But hey, this is what I wanted. I mean, if we're gonna lose, at least it says some alchemy stuff. That's just like barter and blood, basically. Finally drew another spell, but I'm guessing that's way too late. Sitting on 4 spells and 8 lands. Chitinous Crawler! 4 mana, 4/4. At the beginning of combat, choose target creature in your graveyard, conjure a duplicate into your graveyard, descend 8. Exile a permanent from your graveyard. You may play it, activate only as a sorcery, and only if there are 8 or more permanents in your graveyard. Okay, that's also really cool. As we draw another land, by the way. Well, I'm going to let the opponent go off because You Can Reach Trevor, I'm pretty sure, is a Twitch/YouTube viewer. they have the... We're flooding out. The opponent's drawing the nuts. I love it. Okay. That's just kind of funny. We let them have their fun. We drew 1 spell and 10 lands. And that's going to be it for us. Good news was that was unranked. I think my deck was super good. It was missing probably a few extra ways to descend and maybe another chance. But that looks like a really good red-black deck. And yeah, the games just sometimes didn't play out how we wanted them. So good beats. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed. I'll see you back next time for some more. Bye-bye.